Well, folks, it is fall, heading right into winter here in Maryland. I'm going to get myself together to start improving my soil. And I'm going back to an old practice that I used to use a long time ago because I have bags of it sitting around and I might as well use it. I have roughly 50, 60 pounds of it sitting around and I want to use it. So, what I'm going to do is start after I test my soil. And I don't mean run off to a place and test it. There's certain ways I could test for certain things at home because with the government all messed up the way it is, you're not now living. You're not going to be able to get all of the things that you need for your garden, especially in this financial situation the government's in. Now live in, So what we're going to do is this. Uh, I have about 50, 60 pounds of wood ash. And there's another, uh, you know, uh, product you can use, but I'm going to use wood ash because I have it on board. I take the wood ash, I add it around the trees, the fruit trees, um, and that will stimulate the biology in the soil. That will also add all kinds of microbes to the soil, all kinds of nutrients to the soil. And I have it and it's free because I generate it when I add it to my garden. Now, I'm going to find out how much wood pellets are this year. If you burn wood for your wood stove, keep that. And if you also use any of the wood like pellets or wood, just save that stuff because it's so valuable. But I wish that you could get it in your garden before spring and summer. Time to work itself in, time to break down in the soil. That's what you want to do. And that's what you want to do. That will help your soil improve conditions of soil. And if you feel like your soil sometimes is dead and it's not acting right, and you got slow growth of plants and lots of weeds, you want to take that opportunity in the fall to improve your soil. So use the wood ash. It's gonna get all over your clothes. You're gonna have to wear something that that you don't mind getting a little dusty. Um, and that's it. Wood ash. Wood ash, a quality product that is a byproduct of when you burn wood. Whether however you burn wood, it's a byproduct, and it is a powerful. It helps with the pH. It helps with the everything. When you talk about um, all kinds of uh, elements that your soil needs to help bring it back to life. But the only thing I got to figure out is how I'm gonna carry that bag around in the yard. It's a heavy bag, and there's nothing in it but ashes. So that's the way to go. It's windy out there today. I got two trees to put in the ground. I've been trying to put them in the ground all day, but it's so cold that I said, no, I'm not going to do it right at this Moment. Mm, nice and warm in this house, and I have not started the furnace yet. And it's outside is let's see what the temperature is outside. Let's see what temperature is outside now. See, I have all this little bit of technology on these cell phones. Let me see if I can get that on. Nope. Can't show it. Okay, outside temperature 43 degrees. 43 degrees. And it's windy, so it kind of cuts right into you. Wait a minute, yeah, it feels like it's actually colder. The only thing I worry about when I put this pomegranate tree in the ground is that it's going to grow huge because they grow like bushes. Now I can train it to grow more like a tree, but yeah, you could do that. But I don't want it to grow wide, 10 and 12, 15 feet out, like a bush, and then growing 10, 15 feet tall. I don't want that. So I'm going to have to uh, get more information on how big this thing is going to get, and really be able to maintain control of a pomegranate bush. Which here in Maryland, if you try to grow a single um, limb from it, so to speak, and have it grow straight up like a tree, the problem with that is if it get really cold, you could lose the whole plant. But if you let two or three of the plant survive and just grow it like a tree, you might avoid the problem with cold uh, weather killing your tree. But there's I'm in zone 7B. The only I mean really good pomegranate is the Wonderful. Is a variety called Wonderful. And the problem with it is in zone 7B over the last 15 years, I would say it's been getting colder and much colder. I lost one. It was growing beautifully. It was a Wonderful, and it got I got it off on a good start. It was growing. It was putting on size, and then winter came through. It got down to 6 degrees one night and 6 degrees the next night, and the plant died. And I said, "Oh my goodness!" but it was between 10, zone 10 and zone 7. And I said, maybe it'll be okay, but it wasn't okay. Hello, how you doing today? All right. How's everyone? How's everyone? But this will be this pomegranate tree I found on the internet, and I hope that I still have that store's name and location, because I am definitely want to keep track of that, because somebody might ask me one day, well, where did you get the pomegranate tree at? I'd like to order one myself, and and they could go and order one, because the one that I kept finding on different websites were the wonderful, and the wonderful will not grow in zone 7B. And so this one here is a Russian variety. And my understanding is it's slightly smaller in size. It's kind of sweet, yet kind of tart, for lack of a better word. And that variety is the only one I found on that site that will grow here, because it grows from 10 all the way down to zone 5. So I should be in good shape. Yep, 5. But I have to have amongst my trees pomegranate. I have to have it. Yep, pomegranate. So I got one tree to put in, which is a tree called a Bartlett pear, and I want that to cross with uh, my tree called a Delicious, which I bought at Stark Brothers, Delicious pear. I wanted to cross with that, and you look at the pear, it looks similar to a Bartlett, but I just want to get them things growing, get them up and rolling, and that's how I want to do it. Plum trees, they all died because of the vines that I have that grew over top of them and killed them. The tree prices have gone crazy. Well, let me just say this to you. You are doing nothing but telling the truth. Tree prices have gone crazy. They have. There's no question about it. I was buying trees at one time, and I thought they were high back then. They were $25 a piece, and that was shipping and everything. Now you go and you look, the trees are $60, $55, $60, and that's just. I was like, wait a minute, what happened? Did I sleep 10 years and wake up? No, it's just that they found out through the grapevine that people were definitely on the end. It was rising that people were starting to buy trees so they would have fresh fruit without running to the grocery store. So what happened? When the grocery store saw that their fruit prices, I mean, their fruit was not selling because people were buying the trees online and buying them at those stores. The numbers were going up when they were buying them, like at Home Depot and Lowe's. They were buying those fruit trees. People that didn't know a better way, because when you buy them at uh, Lowe's and Home Depot, they sell the semi dwarfs. Back in the day, excuse me, back in the day, they sold the semi dwarf, and those semi dwarf trees. Um, what they did is they would get big. I mean, they would really get big, and people be looking for a more manageable size tree. When they really should think about it, any tree that you get, whether it be a standard, you can still keep that tree small. you're going to prune the hell out of it, but you can keep it small. And that's just the name of that game. So they sold all of these dwarf trees. And if people, let me explain something to you, in case you didn't know. If you think dwarf trees don't get big, they do get, they get fairly big. They do get big. Because I got some trees right now that are all the way up to the second floor of my house. And I seen fruit at the window where I could reach out and grab them in the spring. I could grab fruit. And I thought these trees weren't supposed to get that big, but they did. And, and speaking of a tree that gets big, not necessarily a tree, it's a bush. It's called the pomegranate. It's not a tree, it's a bush. It can get 15 feet across and 15 feet tall if you let it get that big. But you can say, all right, I'm gonna manage the size of this bush and keep it cut back, keep the height, top it sometimes, and keep the height down, and you'll be okay. After a point, the tree just gonna stop growing so tall if you keep lopping it off at the top at an angle, so that um, when you do that, the tree will, you can manage the size of the tree. But don't let them sell you on the idea when you see it on the pack. It says gets 10 feet tall and 4 feet, 5 feet wide. That's just that's not the case. If you feed that tree, put it in some uh, uh, very good soil that's heavy in organic matter, like wood chips, grass clippings, things like that. What's going to happen to your tree is she's going to get big. That's what's going to happen to her. I am zone 6. Oh, okay. You in zone 6. You know something? Let me see if I can see this. 6A. Do not think it will grow outside here. Well, what grow outside there? Are you talking about the pomegranate? I think you were referring to the pomegranate tree. I'm not sure. Pear trees. Okay, yes. All right. Let me explain because I researched this a bit, and I want to make sure. One thing about my site is I always give out the right information. Um, the wonderful pomegranate, sweet, slightly tart, um, has a range between zone 10 and zone 7A. Um, it won't make it where you're at. I'm here at zone 7B, and one year it dropped down to 6 degrees in the winter. And I remember hearing it on the report, and I said, "Oh, maybe it'll be okay," but it wasn't. That night it got down, and the next night it got down low, and the tree died. Then I started looking for. I said, "I gotta find a way to do this because I want to grow a pomegranate tree." I was set to do what I needed to do. So here's what I did. I went ahead and got online, and I looked up and found a store that sold pomegranate trees. But they didn't just sell one variety of pomegranate trees. They sold a number of pomegranate trees. And I found one on there that it says it's a Russian variety, sweet, slightly tart, and that it is good all the way down to zone 5. And I said, research it some more. How big does it get? How big are the little, for lack of a better word, the kernels inside? How big are they? Are they juicy? Um, I read the reviews of what other gardeners said about it. And once I read that, I said, I'm gonna try this pomegranate. So I bought it and I called them up, talked to them at the store, and they were willing to pick up the phone and give me some information, and I was happy. And I purchased the tree. I forgot what I paid for it. Yeah, I forgot. But I remember saving their address to my favorites on my computer. I did that. And I did that because I said, I don't want to look for this again because it took a long time online to find them. And I don't remember their name or any of that, but I think I still have it in my favorite. I saved that because um, somebody might be on this channel and say, in one of the comments, if I say, can you tell me where you purchased, and I'll say, okay, I'll do that. But pomegranate, as I said earlier, is not a tree. It's a bush and it grows wide, takes up a lot of space. You're going to have to keep it trimmed at back because they'll get up to 15 feet across, the variety I have, and about 15 feet tall. That's a big bush. And if you leave it all the way around for it to grow in that manner, she will take over a large area. So I'm going to train mine like a 3 trunk tree. That's what I'm going to do. Um, I don't understand that question. What are you growing here? I don't understand that at all. But the thing about it is definitely grow as much fruit as you can. And I said this a long time ago. I had this channel for well over a large number of years. I can't say 20 years, but it might have been 20 years. But here's what's going on. I am going to say this. Um, I said this years ago. You got to learn to grow your own food. Before this government ever did what it did, I said you got to learn to grow your own food. And now it looks like some people will be forced to grow a garden if they didn't have it in their heart at first. I said grow a garden. Make sure you grow a garden. Um, Now, as I said, just backtracking a little bit, I got it's fall now, or going into winter here. Um, Grow to improve your soil. Get them wood ash from them stoves, them fireplaces, and like that, and start bagging that stuff up and keeping it. And you can use that in your garden, and that's what you want to do. Wood ash is so potent. The Amish families have been using wood ash for hundreds of years, and it's one of the best uh, add uh, uh, additives you can add to your soil. But you must know that your soil needs that particular type of nutrients being added to it. So you can't run out right now and get a soil test. The government's all shut down everywhere. I would doubt seriously that it's open. Oh, that's man. I don't know. People write differently here. The person was asking me, what do I grow? What do I grow? What type of plants? What type of vegetables are you growing? Okay, the trees that I have left is apple trees. I have 4 different varieties of apple trees. I think I have like maybe 10 trees. Um, and it took them a long time to produce. I am still researching, but I think what I did is I listened to that Dave Wilson when he said, plant your trees close together. High density planting. High density planting. That will absolutely stress your trees. It will stress your trees, is what it will do. They won't produce properly. They will take them a long time to start producing. Thank you very much. I forgot. I'll get it tonight. You're right. I forgot. Thank you so much. There was somebody calling me telling me to disconnect my hose outside before we get that cold weather that's supposed to be on its way, because I don't need any frozen water lines. I don't need frozen water lines. I have 3 fig trees in containers. Oh, okay, okay. I see what you're saying. You got the 3 fig trees in containers. Now, that may work for you. I don't know what kind of fig trees you have, but we got one called a Chicago, and that will grow here in Zone 7B, because it actually can live in colder areas than Zone 7B. But the problem, if I put my trees in or leave them in the pots they're in, or the containers, if it get down cold, I may get damage to the tree. But what I'm trying to do is pick a day, maybe tomorrow, hopefully, or the day I got the alarm set to let me know when it's time to. Oh, it's 3:12 p.m. I don't want to uh, leave them in a pot all winter. I don't know if they'll make it. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Thank you for that. Uh-huh. I met on old Chinese lady. Well, all right, folks, that's gonna be it for me. All right, let's see.